What's everybody? What's up, everybody? Join in. Join on in. Join on in. Quick live. I'm uploading the most recent lesson in our academy. I didn't invite you. I don't know. I don't know who invited you, man. I didn't invite you. Hi, everybody. Hi. Maybe TikTok invited you for a reason. Maybe today what we're going to talk about, you have to learn about. Today we're talking about, as I'm uploading the lesson of this week's lesson in our academy, as my laptop loads up, we were talking a lot about adrenals and we were talking a lot about the kidneys and the adrenal glands, especially the role that stress plays on not just our adrenal glands, not just on our kidneys, but as our health overall. And guys, a majority of the population just don't understand exactly what stress does on the body. Okay, stress is more, you just bite your fingers. Stress is more than just you go eat some chips or you go binge eat or something. Stress not just affects you on an emotional, might fall again. Stress doesn't just affect you on an emotional level. It doesn't just affect you on a mental level, but it also affects you on a physiological level. So a physical level. Changes happen inside your body. Okay, when you are stressed, certain reactions come about when you are stressed. I heard stress as a man is a good thing. What the fuck? What kind of man taught you that? That's the, what the fuck? Look, we have to be careful on the advice that we share, okay? Advice that resonates with you. I'm not saying everything I say is right. Everything I say is whatever fits with your spirit. Whatever gives you those little tinglies inside that tell you this is truth. Okay, that's what you have to listen to. All right? And when you are stressed, do you feel more of a man? When you are stressed, do you feel like you are conquering the world? Okay, and if so, what happens when you're not stressed? Do you not feel that way? Do you have to be stressed to feel that way? You see what I mean? I personally have had enough stress in my life. If you want stress, if you think stress makes you more of a man or stress, makes you more manly or whatever is the case, go be with a woman who brings you stress. You'll cheat on her like this. Go be with a woman who brings you stress. Okay? Nobody wants that. Stress and the person who fucking taught you that is the colonizer. The person who literally thrives off of stress. That's why we have to be careful with where we're getting these concepts of masculinity, these concepts of being a man. Okay, we have to rewire that. Andrew Tate. Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ Almighty. Where are we going? We have to be careful on, and I'm not here to downplay anybody. I'm not here to talk shit about Andrew Tate or whoever that guy is. Okay? But you have to understand that our concepts of masculinity, okay, are haywire. For some reason, we think masculinity is, I have to go raw energy. I have to be the man, the head of the family at all times, and I must lead. I must, this raw type energy that the colonizer brought us. Okay? Somebody puts on a dress or somebody puts on something that's feminine and now they're less of a man. Now they don't have masculinity. Oh, they're emasculating us. That has nothing to do with anything. Both genders, both sexes, I should say, have masculine and feminine. Okay? So it's not the responsibility of a man to be in masculine energy all the fucking time. The people who want to be in masculine energy all the time, the people in the gym, the people who have that raw energy, people you bump into their shoulder, they're trying to kill you. No. The people who can't show compassion for their fucking children. The people who have to teach their children everything the hard way. That's not what masculinity is. Okay? Okay? Being a man isn't just being that all the time. We have to have that feminine quality in us. Okay? We have to have that compassion. We have to have that inner work, that shadow work, that emotional self. Masculinity is the sun right now. You can't be the sun all the fucking time. You need the moon as well. You can't be on go all the time. You need to rest as well. You can't be hard on everybody all the time. You can't be hard on yourself all the time. You can't just thug it out. You can't just push through it. That's these toxic concepts of masculinity. That's what it means to be a man. You have to thug it out. So be careful on who what man is telling you what masculinity is. If he's always in that sun energy, he's always in that raw type energy, that's not what masculinity is. Okay, because to be in the divine masculine, you have to be in your divine feminine as well. You understand what I'm saying? To be in that divine masculine, you have to understand your divine feminine as well. And vice versa, women. To be a divine feminine, you have to understand you have a divine masculine as well. You have a masculine principle about you. Okay? What happens when the man who is supposed to be, the leader, or supposed to be leading the pack all the time, supposed to be building the house all the time, supposed to be the head of the household all the time? What happens when they break a leg? Are they less of a man? They can't work. They have to be dependent on their wife. They have to stay home with the kids. Are they less of a man? No. Now he has to tap more into the feminine. Now the woman has to tap more into the masculine. So it's about understanding when to promote when to act out feminine and masculine. It's not just about being, so be careful with the whole masculinity shit that you hear, bro. Be careful with the whole Andrew Tate and all that type of stuff. Oh my Jesus Christ. Be careful with that shit. Be careful with that shit. Oh my Jesus Christ. I can't believe you said that name. I mean, I can't believe it, but goddamn. That's how we're gonna start off the live. Man, this whole concept of masculinity. I saw this one quote, or this one tweet on Twitter. This guy was he put up a video or a picture of this magazine cover, and it was Rihanna leading or holding the hands of A$AP Rocky, and A$AP Rocky had the son kissing the son, and Rihanna is like holding the man, and she's just like, oh, right, looking all cool. And this guy put on Twitter, look at this, emasculating the man even more, emasculating the man. Look at this. I was like, what the fuck is this? Man can't kiss their son? Man can't support their women being more successful? Man can't support the woman's career? Man can't be a stay-at-home sometimes? What the fuck is this? I was like, okay, these are a lot of the times, and I've noticed this, a lot of the times that the men who have these toxic concepts of masculinity are usually the ones who had toxic relationships with their mother. Y'all not ready for that conversation though. What was Andrew Tate's life like with his mother? You know, so you have to understand, like, where are they getting these concepts of masculinity from? Okay, I know that's a huge topic of debate. nowadays is like masculinity and femininity and the emasculation of the man. And I'm like, what? Men aren't shaking their hands strong enough. They're emasculate. They're not man. They're not man enough. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Your concepts of masculinity and femininity are based off of the colonizers, indoctrination of you. There are tribes in Africa right now, actually, all throughout the continent, who, I wouldn't say breastfeed because obviously milk doesn't come out, they're ducks. But there are tribes where the women go hunting and men, to soothe the babies that are crying, give them the nipple. Is that less of a man? No, I feel like that's even more of a man. I feel like that's even stepping up to the fucking plate. You're going to let the baby cry all day because you don't want to... Oh, that's too girl. That's gay. That's too feminine. That's not masculine. The fuck? Step up to the plate. That's masculinity. Okay? Assertiveness. But not being that all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. You guys have to be careful with that whole masculine. That's not how I wanted to talk. That's not how I wanted to start. But that's been sitting heavy on my brain for a while because I'm a father. I'm a father of 2. Okay? Who grew up without a father. So technically, I'm not supposed to be masculine. Technically, I'm not supposed to know what it is to be a man. I saw this video where it's like the women help the boys be boys, and the men turn the men turn the boys into men. Shit like that. And it's like, look, to a certain extent, sure, but what about my case? Am I not a man because I didn't grow up without a father? No, the women can teach that. Sucks that sometimes they have to teach it. I never had a role model. I never had a father figure. None of my coaches. I always connected with women. Always connected with women throughout my entire life. Never had a father figure. Never had a male role model. Not until I was mid in my 20s. And my mom always looks at me. She's like, man, it's so crazy. How do you do it? You never grew up without a father, but look at you being an amazing father. That's in me, Mom. That's in me. I'm just tapping into my divine self. That's already in me. I have no relationship with my grandparents. I have no relationship with my father. I had no relationship with my uncles because we kept moving, getting evicted, place to place. The only uncle that I remember having a relationship with, and this was only like the year that I lived in Puerto Rico, when I actually lived there. I would go over to his house and play video games. That was my favorite uncle because he had all the illegal downloaded video games. And so my mom would let me stay with him days at a time just to go play, little Xbox games before they came out and stuff. But I never had a male role model, not even my coaches. I can never connect with them. They were too raw. They were too overly assertive. Overly, what we call masculinity, toxic, overly. What I consider a man and being assertive and doing all these different types of things. It was too much for me. I never could connect with it. Like, bro, you don't have to scream at me all the time. You have to learn the hard way. No, I don't, bro. Like, relax. I was much more in tune with my feminine growing up. And now looking at my son, you can't be on raw energy all the fucking time. Cannot be that all the time. And I learned that real quick with my son. You can't just, a man is supposed to push him, right? A man is, to a certain extent, for sure. For sure. I am usually the one that, hey, let him get hurt, babe. He's climbing that. I already told him no. Let him fall. Learn from his mistakes. I'm going to hug him. I'm going to kiss his boo-boo. Okay? I'm going to pat him on the back and be like, hey, now you learn. But there was I remember a time where my son was like 2, and I was there was a time where he was climbing on these rocks, and halfway up he got so scared, and me, being the man, I'm like, come on, let me insert my masculinity, right? Come on, bro, you got this. Don't give up. Come on, just keep doing it. You got this. Pushing him through it. Not just giving up quickly. Not just, his emotions, okay, let's stop. I was like, nah, come on, let me challenge him, right? Because that's the role of that's the masculine. I'm not even going to say man. I'm just going to say masculine, because both sexes have it. Okay, so I was like, come on, push through it. Let's go. You got this. And he's like, no, Papa, I'm not going anymore. And he just froze up. And I had to step back and be like, okay, I was not in the right role. If I actually was observing him and wasn't just trying to be this masculine, push through it, raw type energy, I would actually observe him and it's like, oh, wait, he actually is freezing up. Oh, wait, his emotions need to be tended to more than the lesson needs to be applied. Okay? All right, so that was I'll never forget that moment. I'll never forget that moment, because I actually had to sit back and be like, all right, let me actually sit with his emotions real quick. Let me, nurture him, which is the feminine. Let me nurture him real quick. Okay, so I can't believe we're even talking about this topic. I'm actually glad, though, because me and a brother of mine, we're going to actually be starting. This is crazy that this popped up. Shout out to Spirit. Crazy this popped up. Me and my brother were actually going to be putting out a course on returning to that divine masculine. And in that course, it's going to be the details are still being worked out. We're actually still planning it and prepping and stuff like that. So I can't go in depth on what it's going to be and things. But the concept is we're going to be bringing men back to their divine masculine. And it's going to be a 6-week course. And 3 weeks is going to be focused on the masculine aspect of life. And then the other 3 weeks is the feminine aspect of life. Me, I've always been intact with my feminine. Always, always, always. Okay? And then my brother, he's always had male role models, always had men all around them, always want to be with the boys, always men, right? But he had a really shitty relationship with his mothers and the women in his life. So he still has aspects of that femininity that still needs healing. Just like for me, I still have aspects of that masculinity that I still need healing. So we're going to have this 3-week course, or the 6-week course, where he's doing the 3 on the masculine aspect, the self-discipline, the assertiveness, that type of stuff. And I'm going to be doing the more feminine, the nurturing, the emotions, sitting with the emotions, and things like that. So, like I said, it's still being worked on. I don't have all the details and stuff like that, but yeah, that's going to be coming out in the beginning of April. I'm excited. Wish my husband would do that. Shit, send him through. We're going to be doing spiritual baths. We're going to be doing we're going to be talking about sex, right? We're going to be talking about that, that sacred act. We're going to be talking about how important it is to hold your nut, fellas. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. The spiritual baths, that's my favorite. That's going to be my favorite. We're going to be talking about how to recognize your emotions, how to sit with your emotions, how to transmute your emotions. Okay, because a lot of men, what do? They go hit the gym. Gym is my therapy. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just going to gym. Play video games. I don't want to talk about it. I'm feeling sad. I don't want to talk about it. Hit the weed. Hit the drink. Do the sex. Do the porn. Okay? That used to be my thing. My thing was I would numb out my emotions. If I was feeling a certain type of way, I would either numb out my emotions with sex, go find some tail, Video games, play video games for like 6 hours straight until I'm not sad anymore. Or food. I would just stuff myself with food so I wouldn't, if I was stressed, if I was sad, if I was heartbroken, if I was angry, things like that. You know, so one of the main things in the on the feminine side of that course is going to be being able to recognize what emotions you're actually feeling. Okay, and then learning how to sit with it, and then learning how to transmute it into something positive. Okay. How do you know what your body needs? As far as what? As far as what? Emotionally, physically, what? Where can I find the info? There isn't really no info. It's definitely not going to be free because it's going to be 6 weeks of our time. So it's definitely, I mean, like I said, we're dropping it in April. So, I mean, we're spending at least almost 2 months of planning, prepping, getting the modules, recording, doing all. So it's definitely not going to be free. Hell to the no. I had to spend money on a business coach just to do this. So no, definitely not going to be free. It's going to be online. We are local. Me and my brother, we are local to the LA area. So we might do something in person, but it's all online. It's all online. But like I said, I don't have all the details, okay, on what exactly is going to be talked about, what the weeks are going to look like and stuff. We're still working on that. But yeah, so I'm glad this was actually brought up because my business coach was like, you need to talk about it. And I completely forgot. What I originally wanted to talk about was stress on the body. Okay, I made a video today, maybe like 30 minutes ago, I put it up. And it was talking about the effects of stress on the body. A lot of us don't fully understand. We know to an extent, we know the emotional side. So we know that, oh, it makes me feel sad, or, oh, it makes me feel this. But we don't know on the physiological side, like what is going on in our body when we are stressed. A lot of people don't know that. So I'm uploading this week's lesson in my online academy that I have. And one of the biggest things was what stress does on the body. And in the video I just released, I talked about how it deteriorates your body, quite literally breaks it down on a physiological level. Because this is just one of the many, many examples on how it does it. But the example I talked about in the video was when cortisol is released from those adrenal glands in response to stress, it actually breaks down your bones. It strips your bones of calcium in order to put it into the bloodstream. Okay, so when I've had people come to me and it's like, oh, I have too much calcium in my body, my doctor told me. Well, you're stripping your body of calcium every single time and you're putting it in the bloodstream every single time you're stressed. So that's one reason why you have too much calcium. My dog is cortisol is going through the roof. My dog is so stressed out. But that's one thing, right? So you start leaching your bones of calcium, quite literally become weaker. So those with osteoporosis, those with bone damage, those with arthritis, you have to look at your adrenal glands. Okay, and rheumatoid arthritis as well. We went super in depth in this week's lesson, super in depth, because not only okay, I'm gonna go in on it a little bit more. So not only does cortisol break down your bones, okay, but you have your adrenal glands that produce specific. I'm gonna put it up right now. Be patient with me, my friends. One second. Let me bring this up on my computer. So I'm reading exactly what I taught in the lesson. Okay, so there's a bunch of hormones in the adrenal glands. Okay, there's a bunch of hormones that the adrenal glands are responsible for. One of the ones we went over was DHEA. Okay, DHEA. It has anti-inflammatory and immunomodulatory effects. So meaning it mediates, not only does it mediate inflammation so that you're not constantly suffering from inflammation, but it also mediates your immune system or your immune response. I don't even like to say immune system. Your immune response. So if you don't have enough of that hormone, your body is not able to mediate and not able to balance out that inflammatory response by your body or that immune response by your body. What is that thing that they tell you where, what do they call it when your immune system is always on go and it's always fighting you? What's that dis-ease of the body? If anybody wants to, what's the class of dis-eases where your immune system is always on go and it's attacking essentially yourself? That's what they say. Autoimmune. Autoimmune. That's what they call it. Your immune system is just on automatic. It's on go all the time. We don't know why. Well, two reasons. One reason is because there's a lot of shit in you that your immune needs to handle. That your immune cells, and I guess I'll say immune system, needs to handle. Two, your hormones aren't fucking balanced out because your hormones are on hyperactive mode all the time. You're anxious all the damn time. Your nervous system is on go all the time. Your breath is on all the time. Your heart is beating all the fucking time. Okay? So your immune system or your nervous system can't balance out that immune response. So just like your breath is on go all the time, your mind is overactive all the time, your heart is hella fast all the time, your immune responses are going to be on go all the time. So autoimmunity, what they call autoimmune, is adrenal and nervous system problems. That's just some of the things that we talked about in this week's lesson. We went in depth. I think this video is like an hour and a half. Just this week's lesson alone. This week's lesson is an hour and a half, and we upload a lesson every week. So in total, it's like 5 hours. Yeah, but not only that, I mean, it gets deeper. It gets deeper. If you want, you guys, are you peeing over there? What are you doing? If you want, you guys can join. I mean, it gets deeper than that. But if you want, you guys can join our academy. Only $33 a month. And the first year, you complete the first year, you get a certificate sent out to you. It's cool stuff. Cool stuff. But that's just one of them. So the DHEA, cortisol. Not only that, but your adrenaline and noradrenaline. Okay? The adrenaline and noradrenaline. So the adrenaline and noradrenaline, they increase heart rate, increases blood pressure, your kidneys are affected, increases your respiration rate because you need to run faster from that danger that you're running from, the tiger that's running after you. Okay? But it also releases glucose in the bloodstream. What happens, or what do they call that dis-ease when there's too much glucose in the bloodstream? That's why diseases are not real, guys. You look at what's happening, the dysfunction in your body of what's happening, and then you go after the organ, the gland, the system that is malfunctioning. You fix that, you fix the fucking problem. Diseases are not real, guys. There's no diabetes. Yes, diabetes. There's no diabetes monster in you that's like, It's not real. Diabetes. Huh. What is diabetes? Too much blood in your glucose. Oh, why? Why is there too much blood? Well, if we look at this hormone produced by this gland, this hormone causes the release of glucose. If this gland is on go all the time and always releasing that hormone, then you're always releasing glucose in the bloodstream. It's that fucking simple, guys. Okay, type 2, type 1, don't matter. Type 1 is not just this, but it's also the destruction of the pancreas. So type 2 is pretty much just this. It's just the adrenal glands in the nervous system, in the endocrine system. Type 1 is this, but also the destruction of the pancreas. Okay? But yes, it can be cured. Now, it's usually happening from a weak genetic pancreas, but genes don't mean that you're doomed, right? Genes just mean you have strengths and weaknesses. The people who have type 1 have weaknesses in the pancreas. So you just have to go after those weaknesses. Okay, but yes, type 1 can be. Yes, and another thing is about type 1, they talk about insulin. Well, guess what? Foods don't require insulin. There's only a couple types of foods in the world that don't require insulin. Fruits. Fruits don't require it. And mama's milk. Well, why mama's milk, breast milk, and fruits? What's the similarity between them that they don't need insulin? They're both simple sugars. Simple sugars means that nothing else has to be done in order for it to be used. So if you have type 1, you're going to have to start transitioning to a fruit-only diet. And I think I have a screenshot. Did I screenshot it? I was on live maybe like a week ago. And I was talking about fruit fasting and fruits and all this type of stuff. And somebody asked, well, fruits is too much for my type 1, isn't it? And somebody else commented, was like, I've been type 1 for a couple years. Or for like 20 years or something like that. And I started doing fruit fasting, and it's been either, he said, weeks or months that he's only done fruit, and he doesn't need insulin. Okay? It all depends on your discipline. It all depends on your discipline. It all depends on the herbs that you're taking. It all depends on your lifestyle. Okay? It all depends on your lifestyle. All I ate today was fruits. You don't see me going into shock or anything. So no, they don't contain too much sugar. Rice contains too much sugar. They tell you to eat that shit all the time. Bread contains too much sugar. Quite literally, the body goes into glucose overload. That's what they call it. I'm glad I drank all that coconut water. It would have spilled. Glucose overload. That's what they call it. When your body has too much glucose coming in at once, they call it glucose overload. Okay? That happens when you ingest these complex sugars. There's only two sides of the coin, guys. There's only two sides of the coin. Simple, complex. Heads, tails, yin, yang. Left, right, up, down. Good, bad. You know what I mean? There's only two sides, right? So we have simple and we have complex. There are simple amino acid structures. There's complex amino acid structures, your proteins. There's simple sugars. They're complex sugars. Your fructose and your galactose, these are simple sugars. That's why I said type 1s can do, love, chill out, bro. That's why type 1, my dog made me lose my focus. My dog made me lose my focus. But there's two. There's the simple and the complex. So the simple sugars are actually called pre-digested sugars. Okay? Simple sugars are called pre-digested sugars because it does not need any more breaking down to do. When the complex sugars come in, that's when you need your insulin. Because when you eat that piece of bread or that rice, your body can't just be like, wow, thank you. Let's put it to work right away. Cannot do that. It first needs to be broken from complex to simple. Your body only likes simplicity. Just like me and you, I don't like complex shit. I like simple shit. All right? Our bodies are the same way. All right? So when they say fruit is too much sugar, that's impossible because my body's actually using it right away. Okay? You guys ever eat some fruit and almost right away you get some energy? Or for me and for my son, for my children, I don't let them eat fruit after 7 p.m. because they'll just run around through the night. Okay? Or when you eat candy, you get that high real quick because that's fructose. Sadly, it's processed fructose. So you're just burning up the nutrients in it. You're burning up the actual healing properties of it, but it's still fructose, the high fructose corn syrup. So you're still getting that energy right away, but then you have that crash. Okay? So the fructose, your body does not need the insulin. So if you were to go on, yes, the fruits, yes, some veggies, but even some veggies you might still need that insulin. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you tomorrow, start going fruits for the next 3-4 months. You want to transition into it because psychologically, a lot of people can't do that, you know. So I would say transition into just fruits and veggies. And then from there, just fruits. But you have to have the herbs. You have to do the herbs, okay? Or it's going to be a pretty bumpy ride, okay? You might have digestion problems when you eat the fruit. You might be bloated when you eat the fruit and stuff. So this is where like herbs come in, okay? You might feel fatigued because you're not really absorbing it, you're not digesting it, or you're not using the minerals. And we talked about that in our lesson today. Okay, so this is where the herbs are necessary when it comes to things like type 1, when it comes to things like cancer, when it comes to things like the autoimmune. Because if not, it's just going to be a really rough ride. But to book a one-on-one consultation, if you go over to our page, then there's the website, Joseph Octaviani. JosephOctaviani.com. JosephOctaviani.com. You didn't miss it. This lesson isn't it's not for TikTok. It's for my online academy. So if you want to learn this type of stuff, if you want to learn how to heal yourself and then in turn learn how to help heal others, I have a whole academy for that. It's called Life in Nature. Okay, Life in Nature Academy. And it's month by month lessons that we do. We started off with the intestines, so we're going from the bottom up. Every month we break down a set of organs, and we go after, and then in that month, per week, the first week we do anatomy, so you figure out what it actually looks like, what are the actual components to those organs. The second week we talk about the functions, so I'm talking about this time, the functions and the what role does it play in the body, what does it actually do. The third week, we talk about the emotional and the mental and the spiritual connection, the energetic connection to those organs, because not just the physical, right? And then the fourth week, I go on live and we talk about the herbs. We talk about the most common diagnosis when it comes to those organs, what herbs to go after it, what therapies to do, what fruits to do, what diets to do. And things like that, and then a Q&A. And then also, as a bonus, every month we bring on an expert who brings their understanding their knowledge, and they give a guest presentation for about an hour. So, I mean, we provide a good amount of value for just $33 a month. We provide a pretty good amount of value. I don't do in-person. No, I don't do in-person. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. This is my baby. Life in Nature Academy. It's my baby. How's your day so far? Productive. Eventful. I started it off with stretching, with yoga, with meditating, with a spiritual bath. Had my essential oils, put my Epsom salt, had my flute, and nature sounds going. Raked my hair. That's why it's all pretty looking. Spent an hour in that thing. Played some video games because I like playing 2K. Hanging out with my dog. Uploading this lesson, and now I'm here with you guys. So it's been a very eventful day. The best herb for diabetes? I don't know. There's not really like a one best herb, because diabetes, you have to go after different systems of the body. But a very simple one that you can have at home is nopal, cactus. Bro, did you poop in here? You better not have pooped in here. Fucking dog. Oh, man. Did you poop in here? No. This dog. Hung out with my dog. Say what's up, love. Sadly, we had to get her fixed. So she's wearing that stupid little cone thing. Do you think you can reverse the COVID? Yes, but that's some pretty toxic shit, guys. I don't even know what to say to keyword it or code word it. Needles, I'll say that. Needles in your body, they're really, really, really toxic, guys. So, yeah, you're going to have to go on a little bit of a fasting journey, really, really hydrate your body, massage, sauna. These are good ways. But that's pretty toxic shit, man. So it's not the easiest fix, but yeah, it can be done. It can be done. But yeah, only $33 a month. I think that's my fucking business coach was getting on me because she's like, that's way too low. Yeah, I'm still healing some, I'm still healing some wounds to where I undercharge my stuff a little bit. For sure. For sure. Shoot, which one was it? Whoa. That's a chicken. Okay. Hello there. Can you reverse diabetes? For sure. My sister, I don't know what you call it, but my sister-in-law's wife, I don't know what you would call that. My sister-in-law, her wife, whatever that is to me, she reversed her diabetes with our packages. My sister-in-law actually is the head of our warehouse. So her wife was having to deal with her blood sugars being extremely high, and she has a review on our website. And her doctors just kept putting the pills on her, And so she came to me, she was like, yo, what can I do? And that's actually when we made the sugar. This was before we made the sugar overload bundle that we have on our website. It's called Sugar Overload. So it was before we made that. I gave her that combination, and I'm like, ooh, it worked. All right. What are you doing? But yeah, our sugar overload bundle. For fluid issues, you can grab our too much pressure bundle. So on our website, Life the Plant Way, our brand, my company, lifetheplantway.com. Lifetheplantway.com. It's the link in our bio. If you go over to our page, you see that link. There it goes. Okay, there it goes, my friends. Lifetheplantway.com. I think somebody talked about what's the best way to purge kids. It depends, man. Because my child, I mean, he can drink my gut cleanser. So I'll give him like 2 ounces of the gut cleanser. Not many children will drink something that's bitter, but it depends. Retinitis. For that, we actually have an eye repair bundle coming out next month. Because I used to have glasses as well. My vision was going downhill. But one of the herbs, 2 herbs that you can use, one of them is Go-To Cola. Go-To, Gotu Cola. And Yarrow. W-A, I said W. Y-A-R-R-O-W. You could put those 2 together in a jar or something, dry it up, put them together, mix it up, and that'll be your eye wash mixture. Okay, take a teaspoon, make a tea out of it, steep it for 10 minutes. Okay, and then wash your eyes out with it when the tea cools down. Okay, and wash your eyes out with it, or get a dropper and put 5 drops in each one every single night. For sinus issues, so in that case, if you guys are from Trinidad, you can order our gut cleanser. Senna, Senna's a good way. Senna's pretty aggressive. Senna is pretty aggressive. It's a stimulating laxative. So you just have to be careful with the Senna and not to do it too often, because stimulating laxatives, your body can become dependent on it. What are your thoughts on the blood type diet? I have no thoughts on it. Liver enzymes high. Go grab our Love of Liver formula and do the liver cleanse. That's the first video you see on our profile. The very first video you see on our profile. Do that for 10 days. And grab our Love of Liver formula on our website. Sinus issues. We have a Drain My Sinus package. Drain My Sinus package on our website. Okay, it's 3 herbs in it. It gives you it's 3 different formulas of ours in it. It gives you the instructions on when to take it. Gives you the instructions on what to consume, like as far as food and fasting and stuff like that. What? Oh, okay. I'm tripping. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Whew. I got scared for a second. We don't have an agent in Trinidad. We ship worldwide. How long can you fast? You can fast as long as you'd like to. As long as you want to. There's, I know someone, his name is Dr. Aris Latham. I think that's how you say it. Every single year he does a fast to what age he's turning. So I think he's about 74, 75, 77 or something like that this year. And he's doing that many days of just liquids. So every year he does, so this year he's doing 77 if he's 77 years old. He's doing 77 days just liquids. Next year, 78 days just liquids, and then so on. So, I mean, you can go, As long as you and your body can handle it. As long as you and your body can handle it. Cystic acne. We have a skincare bundle. It's called Skincare Bundle. Over on our website. Skincare Bundle. Also, go over to our page. The very first video you see, it's pinned up at the very top. Liver cleanse. It's 10 days. Extremely simple. All you have to do is follow the advice given in the video. Okay, and if you want the herbal support, go and grab our skincare bundle. My sides hurt in my back when I get nervous, and my adrenaline goes up. That's the adrenal glands, my friend. Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, because we're going to talk about the adrenal glands again, because they're beautiful organs, beautiful glands, I guess you can say, and they have a lot of functions on the body. I become a nerd when I talk about it because I love talking about them. So, in this week's lesson, the one that I'm uploading right now on my computer, we talk about hormones of the adrenal glands. Now, there are several hormones. Okay, there are several hormones that are produced. And no, I don't sell the crowns. I think somebody asked that. I don't sell the crown. Somebody made this for me, custom made it. Cost like a couple $100 though. So there's a couple hormones that are produced in the adrenal glands. One of them is, and my English is pretty trash. Okay, so I don't really like English, so don't mind me if I butcher something up. And it's encaphalins. I'll type them into the chat so you guys can actually just Google the name, because I don't really know how to fucking pronounce it, to be honest with you. Okay, they're a type of endorphin that is produced in the adrenal medulla. Okay, they act as natural painkillers in the body. Okay? They play a role in regulating the mood and your stress response as well. But one of the main things is they act as a natural painkiller in your body. So if you are someone, and this is produced by something inside your body, guys. So you don't need painkillers. You don't need that steroid injection that the doctors give you or whatever they want to give you. You just have to boost the function of the adrenal glands in your endocrine system, in your nervous system. Okay? In your case, your adrenaline goes up, you get stressed out, your body becomes in a stressful situation, so it suppresses certain hormones. When you are stressed, certain hormones go up, other hormones go down and get suppressed. Okay? Because when you get stressed, stress to your body is life or death situation. Whether that stress is out in war, whether that stress is being chased by a tiger, whether that stress is at home with your children, whether that stress is out in traffic or at your job, it's the same thing to your body. The same changes happen. So it does not know the difference. This is why stress is so detrimental. One of the reasons why. Because your body does not dictate, it's just work stress, it's whatever. Don't pump the adrenaline that much, just a little bit. No, it's the same thing as if you were getting shot at. Okay? So some hormones start getting produced in excess, and then some hormones go down. When you are stressed, your body now has to judge, okay, what is necessary for survival? Okay? Regulating your mood is not necessary for survival. Keeping you in a calm state, not necessary. Keeping your blood pressure maintained or filtering your blood Okay, that's not necessary. Your body sends blood and certain hormones to the extremities that are needed, to the hands, to the feet, so you can run, so you can fight, to your brain, so that you can be sharp on your toes, right? So when you are stressed out and when your adrenaline goes up, this is why you feel that pain. Because when it's normal, you're in a normal situation, your body is suppressing that pain. So use that as a indicator that there's something internally wrong that you have to fix. Okay? Don't look at it and be like, wow, my body's fucked up. Let me try to suppress it. Use that as an indicator like, oh, wait, where is that pain? Oh, it's right here. Oh, that's the liver. Huh? Do I have pain in my liver? Oh, wait, over here. Oh, do I have pain in my spleen or in my... Do you see what I mean? So use it as an indicator. Figure out where the body pain is, and then figure out what organ that is. And then from there, you just go deeper and deeper into it. I don't know why you're asking 2 months, 3 months. Why are you asking timetables? If it's not in 2 months, you're not going to do it. If it's not in 2 months, you're just going to stop. Healing is an everlasting thing. Using timetables, bro, like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what your level of genetic weaknesses is. Your entire lineage for the past 100 years could have been weak in your pancreas. Hell no, you're not going to fix that in 2 months. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It all depends on your level of discipline. It all depends on your level of discipline. It depends on what herbs you're using. Okay? Depends if you get good sleep at night. Depends if you're breathing actually fresh air or you're in the city. It depends if you're sitting down all day, you're not doing shit. It depends if you keep using those toxic lotions that are putting estrogens into your body and shit. You see what I mean? So it's not like if I just do this, I'm going to be fixed in this much time. Okay? It's a lifestyle change, which means that you change for the betterment of your life over your lifetime. You see what I mean? It's a lifestyle change, which means you change for the betterment of your life over your lifetime. Okay? You spent your entire life getting sick. Yes, thank you. Your entire life getting sick. You can't expect to heal in 2 months. Maybe you can. Sure. I don't know. But like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to say no, she can't do it. But I'm also not going to say yes, she can. I don't know. There's too many factors. But over time, yes. For sure. For a new student, yeah, if you're in the hills, bro, you're good. Just keep it going. You will see improvements. I'll say that. I'll say that much. I'm not going to say cured right away. Boom, never need insulin again. The doctors are like, whoa, you're cured. But I will say you will see improvements for sure. It's not like 2 or 3 months and damn, ain't nothing happening. Damn, I'm still suffering. No, you'll see like, wow, I actually have more energy than I did last week. Wow, my skin is clearer. Wow, I have less brain fog. Wow, I have more this, less that. So you will see improvements along the way for sure. For sure. You won't need 2 months to see some type of improvements. But completely cured, everything like that, I don't know. As a child, I will say this too. Children, look, I'm glad that you're going after it while she's young, because children heal a lot faster. I mean, a lot faster. If she's eating just fruits and vegetables, that's great. If you can do more fruits, that'll be even more great. And the herbs, I would go after, you can grab, you're in the hills of Jamaica, so I don't know if you can really order our stuff, But if you can grab our love of liver, if not, you can get milk thistle seed. Milk thistle seed. That'll start regenerating the pancreas. Oregon grape root. Oregon grape root. Sure, things like the burdock, I think you mentioned before, things like burdock are great. Things like sarsaparilla are great. Things like sea moss are great. The berries are great. Well, you live in a blessed life, man. You live in a blessed life. You live in a blessed life. Where would you start healing for someone who has type 1 and kidney failure? So how I would start healing that, one, you have to go after the gut. Always, always, always have to go after the gut. Always, always, always. Okay, so I would start cleansing the gut. If I'm going to use my formulas, if you're asking me what I would do, I would get our gut cleanser. Okay, I would get our gut cleanser. The first week or two, I would transition to fruit and veggies only. Fruit and veggies only. Okay? Fruits and veggies only. And then after that 2-week mark, I would only do fruits. Okay? I would especially do a lot of nopal, cactus, yes. Okra water. I would do a lot of that. So like chopping up okra, letting it sit in a cup for about an hour, and then drinking that gooey okra, or chopping up nopal, cactus, chopping it up, putting it in some water. Bro, if her A1C is down from 25 to 7, keep going, bro. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing, bro. Keep going. Keep going. You are doing amazing. Okay? So I would do the okra water. I would do the cactus water. I would do a good amount of green juices throughout the day. Okay, a good amount of green juices throughout the day. 2 or 3 green juices throughout the day. I would hit them with the gut cleanser every 2 days. And this is while eating. Berries are great. Apples are fine. Apples, mangoes, melons, if she can process melons, like cucumbers especially. Cucumber water. Okay, chop up the cucumbers and let it sit in some water, or just juice the cucumber itself without the skin. Juice the cucumbers. Eating different types of melons, all the melons that you guys can find. And then I want you to do our love of liver formula. Our love of liver formula every single day. Our love of liver formula, especially the 2 things. Just be careful with the senna, because it is, you can become dependent on it. So be careful with the senna. Senna is pretty rough. Senna's pretty rough. So the love of liver has the milk thistle seed that will regenerate the liver. That will regenerate the pancreas. Okay, it has the dandelion root in there. It has the faux tea. That one is the tonic. So that one gets things powered up. Okay, so you want to grab those tonics. And that's why our love of liver is a powerful formula, because it has that tonic, it has that repairing, it has that anti-inflammatory, and the red clover that it has in there, things like that. So they would be on the gut cleanser every 2 days, the love of liver every single day. I would go after the kidney flush that we have. The kidney flush. That's going to help the kidneys actually start working. Okay? And then the adrenal. That's the part that a lot of people forget. The adrenal. And that might be the part that you aren't doing. Damien, adrenals. Okay? The adrenals run the autonomic nervous system. So the part of your body the system of your body that controls all the automatic functions that you don't never have to think about, but it happens anyways. Your heart beating, your your lungs, your insulin production, hormone production, okay? Your adrenals. And sarsaparilla, I personally wouldn't do for the adrenals. Not that it is bad for it or anything like that. But there's just other herbs that are more powerful for the adrenal glands. So for us, one of the main ones is licorice root. We have licorice root in our anxiety/adrenal support. We have licorice root, oat straw, red reishi, and ginseng. All of those are in one formula. Those all go after the adrenal glands and powering them back up. Okay? So that could be one that you could focus on. Keep doing what you're doing, Damien. You can grab our adrenal formula. If not, grab some licorice root or some red reishi. Like red reishi powder or red reishi tincture or something like that. And that's how I would go after them. Okay, because when you're going after kidney failure, why are they failing? Failing is when an organ is failing, that's telling me that there's an electrical problem. Okay? An electrical problem. The lights aren't staying on in the house. So the power is going downhill. It's just not functioning anymore. Okay? And for me, in my philosophy, the adrenal glands are pyramids in the body. And pyramids were used by our ancestors for what? Electricity. So when I started to put two and two together, pyramids used for electricity by our ancestors, the pyramids in our body run the electrical system or the nervous system. Yeah. But if you can't get our anxiety support, then grab the licorice, okay, and give her, at least just, if she's young, at least just give her 1 cup of licorice root tea every day. 1 cup of licorice root tea every day. Okay, and you'll see more vitality, not just from her, but from her organs. See, the high blood pressure and the licorice root don't go together, of course. But this is why formulas are so powerful. Okay, and this is why we're not just giving you licorice root in our adrenal support. Okay, like I said, it has oat straw, red reishi, licorice root, which is the third one, and then ginseng. So it's not just the licorice root. And so the rest of the herbs will naturally lower the blood pressure, but the licorice root will kind of raise it. So depending on what your body needs is what your body and the herb will kind of work together to do. Because the herbs are very conscious. The herbs are smart. Okay? You can stay away from the wild yam. I would do more so the licorice root. Okay? In her case. But sure, for the high blood pressure, then you can switch that up. But in her case, I like the licorice root. I've always found the licorice root to be very, very powerful for the nervous system. Very powerful. And you've been doing a lot. So I feel like this is kind of like maybe a key puzzle piece that you're missing. Is working on those adrenal glands, working on that nervous system health a little bit more. Your daughter is 6, so I mean, by the time she's your age, bro, she won't have these problems for sure. Guys, I'm gonna hop off. I've been on live for about an hour and a half, and I'm gonna upload this video on YouTube. And if I want to do that, it takes so long when the video is hella long. All right, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to sign up for the classes, link in the bio, guys. If you want to grab our herbs, link in the bio. If you want to book a consultation, link in the bio. Everything's in the bio. Okay, everything's in the bio. And I will say this before I go, for somebody who's asking, oh, the class has already started, what happens? Well, we have something called the Content Hub. And it's a hub where we have all of our videos that are blessed, that are available 24/7 forever, that you're in there. So you can either skip ahead and catch and just, go with the most recent that's uploaded, or if you want, you can go to lesson 1, month 1, and catch up. Either or, you have to complete all of it in order to get the certificate at the end of the year. So either or, it's a move at your own pace approach. That's one thing that's special about our academy. It's not like, oh, you missed the train, well, we're going to go on without you. It's a move at your own pace approach. Okay? You have access to it as long as you, obviously, I guess, pay monthly, but you have access to it forever. So you go at your own pace with what availability that you have and stuff like that. Okay? So I appreciate you guys. I'm going to hop off. Love you guys. Love you guys. Go and get some rest. I'm proud of you, Damien, for healing your daughter, because that is what you're doing. And I'm proud of the rest of you guys for taking your health seriously. Hopefully you guys all hop on a journey. And yeah. Appreciate you guys.